We're
Well,
all
you never know where the great hands of God are gonna move and make things work. They'll just work. Anyway, so we're good. And okay. So Sure Revolution is here. Let's find out her real name. Debs. Hi,
Debs.
Debs. Okay. So Debs, thank you for being here. Okay. Now we're recording. So hi there, everybody. Today is November the 23rd. I also have called this Merci Monday because it's the day before Thanksgiving here in the United States of America, where we're getting ready to gather together with families and friends, or find in our own way how to tap into this thought about Thanksgiving and gratitude. And this show, which is now episode 8, my goodness gracious, 8 of Declutter Day, the focus of the conversation is about, as we're decluttering our homes, letting go of the items, the extra things that we no longer need, how does it really serve us to say thank you to everything that we are letting go of? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So we welcome the participation of live folks to come on in and join us in this conversation. I have two friends over here from both Google Plus and Blab, Jeremy Murphy, who's joined me, and Christine L. Bowen. Thank you so much for being here. And once again, I am on my home decluttering journey. I'm saying I have to get a grip on the 30 years of stuff that I've collected in my home. So utilizing the Marie Kondo method as my guide, and I don't know what I did with my book. It's somewhere.
Do you need
Well,
me to
it's
grab my
not
book?
here.
I can grab
Yeah,
my book.
you can hold up your book.
Or have my wife hand it to me.
I'm following that method to keep the forward movement going, to have some rich conversations with folks, but mostly learn not how to get beyond sabotaging the process, because most of us, we throw stuff out, but we don't really change the habits that keep us in these often unhealthy and unproductive relationships with stuff and people that we bring into our life and continue being with, sometimes in not the most helpful ways. So thoughts and reflections. Christine L. Bowen, thank you so much for being here,
Thank you
friend.
for having me, my beautiful, beautiful friend Elaine. I see you're very popular here. I think is it David that says you're everywhere? You're on Hangouts on Air, you're on Blab. And I just love that you make yourself so available and so accommodating and so giving. So thank you for having me.
Shout out to David Kutcher. Hi, David. Nice to have you in the viewership. If you're at all inclined and want to contribute to the conversation, talking about saying thank you to the things you're letting go of, we would love to have you join us, or anybody else. We have an open seat. So, Christine, you have made a move this year. I thought you moved about a year ago, and I remember kind of seeing you redo that residence, but you moved again. So did you let go of more stuff as you moved again?
I'm so glad you're asking me this question. I did move. I moved on Valentine's Day, February 14th of this year. My previous house, I was in that house for almost 12 years.
Oh,
and
long time.
It's amazing how you can accumulate stuff over 12 years. And it wasn't until I was packing all that stuff that I've never been a person to hold on to things, but you realize as you're packing that, oops, I am holding on to things. So yes, I did have to let go of a lot of stuff. Some of them were too hard to part with, sentimental stuff like, letters from my childhood sweetheart. Those are still in a box somewhere, but there was a major move because I went from a bigger house to a smaller house as well. So I had to let go of things that wouldn't really fit in this space. But it was a good process for me. it was really a good process to let go of some of those things.
So Marie Kondo, in this, the Japanese art of tidying, how decluttering can transform your life. She suggests that we have this a sense of conversation and communion with each of the things that we are reviewing in our life as we go through these categories of clothes and books and utility items and then papers, that we hold up every item and kind of ask, does this spark joy? And she even invites people, try to get into this sensory kinesthetic. Does this thing hold a zing? Can I feel a zing? Because if it doesn't, then you really have to look again. Can I let go? And as I then let go, oh boy, to get into the gratitude space to say, thank you for serving me, for the awareness I had, for the usefulness you had then, that maybe is different now. Let me acknowledge and, let this energy release happen where I'm not in a place of condemnation of myself. Like, I don't need this anymore. Let's get this shift out of here. But rather, thank you. I let you go. You're going to another place. You've served a purpose. That was another time in my life where I made the decision that is so different, that keeps us in this positive vibe. We want to be in that gratitude space all the time, or at least develop the habit of being in that place. Hello, Debs.
Hello, darling.
Hi. Where's your little accent placing you from?
UK, Yorkshire, in the United Kingdom.
Well, I'm so happy to make more UK friends.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Well, it's Jeremy that popped on, and I thought, when there's some people who I really know, I kind of come in and just check them out and just give them a bit of support and just come in and say hi.
Yeah.
And how funny is it you're talking about this and I'm so in it right now, like going, I've called it like a nesting period, before you have a baby. That nesting, do you understand what I mean by that? You're just about to get ready to nest, or like a spring clean early. I find that there's something going on in the universe, and I think we're all feeling it. So I moved about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was the most stressful thing. I'm a single mum. You say single mom. Gosh, how much stuff did I have? Oh, it was ridiculous. I moved them from house to house to house, and I moved into a much smaller house this time than what I have with the other ones. And it was really proper crazy. It was awful. In fact, I'd go to the extreme, saying that if I'd have come with nothing and started all over again, it wouldn't have been a bad thing. Do you want to come and say hello, Lols? It's my little girl. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. Say hi.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Say hello.
Oh, does she have a cold?
No, she's all right. I think it's like attention for the cameras. Hi, Jeremy. He's trying to come back in. So, I don't mean to be awful, but we have too much stuff. And why do we hold on to everything? I've been into a charity shop earlier on today, and they bring things into a charity shop. But what I love about it, it's small enough. It's like part of a church, and they're opening like, I think about 5 or 6 schools in Africa, and you see all the pictures, and they're employing 75 teachers over there. I mean, I literally want to get all my stuff, or as much stuff as I've got, and take it down there. I also had a declutter of loads of children things, because I set up Shaw Mums about 7 years ago. My little girl there had postnatal depression. So I accumulated 7.5 years worth of toys. You would not believe it. And I've just kind of said bye to them. So it was quite upsetting, but I'm going to do it more online. So I've given them all them toys to another local church where they can make some money for the church, and they can also have toys for the children for Christmas. So I feel really blessed. And I'm fostered and adopted, and I'm here changing the world with the Shaw Revolution and Shaw Movement. But the decluttering thing, I just think, they say declutter your house, you'll declutter your mind, and that's how I feel right now. So I really want to get rid of as much stuff as I possibly can, and just have a new year and a new start. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. So once again, when we think about this decluttering, it is important to kind of examine the language you're using. And this is in no way a criticism, because I use the same word, but we'll often say, get rid of. And again, there often is a thought of this, I've accumulated too much stuff, the kids have too many toys, blah, blah, blah. We have to get rid of it. And that, so if you're letting go of things and you're thinking, I'm getting rid of it to free my space, that's like yes, you are taking it to useful places to serve new things, but think about it. In the future, as you're going through things with your daughter and she's realizing there are toys that she's done with, can she have a little closure ceremony? Say, oh, thank you, you are fun, but now I'm kind of grown up and this isn't the fun it used to be, but thank you. If you can think about even cultivating that in her to, promote her ability to be in the gratitude space and appreciation space for the things that she has. Once again, this Marie Kondo method is just encouraging us to really deepen with our core heart as we do this decluttering. This decluttering. But I love that you're acknowledging, every time we do have to move, that is the logical time to go through and sort stuff. But if we can bring the most heart to it as we're letting go of things, that will be helpful. The other interesting thing, for those who aren't moving, Marie Kondo suggests that you go through things category by category. There's Jeremy Murphy sharing this best-selling book. It's been out about a year. Marie Kondo is actually from Japan. So she's bringing both, Asian cultural awarenesses and experiences woven into some of the insights she has as a professional organizer, declutterer, helper. The methodology that has emerged that she uses in her business, she says, for the people that hire her to make these, and she calls it special event tidying, special event, clearing out. She says the process will take months, like 6 to 9 months, so that you are paring down kind of for once and for all. She says you are more likely to make life-changing habits if you do this in one fell swoop and really come to realize you need far fewer stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you have far fewer things where everything really has its own place to go back to in the home, then cleaning up in your home doesn't become like, oh, it's Saturday, and so, I should clean this room or that room. It becomes more of a daily thing of, I use the things in my life, I use them, and I maintain them, and I put them away. That just becomes a habit, and then I don't think of, oh, I'm using it and I'm playing with it, and then, and now it's time, I gotta clean up, maintain, and put away. Where there's kind of an uneven vibrational tilt to the way we're interfacing with all of our belongings. Mm. So I really love her habits.
I'm just going to say, Elaine, when I went to Africa, when I travelled around the world, I was on a little bus and I was travelling around, and one day I just burst into tears. I went inconsolable, like tears were just streaming down my eyes. And everybody says, Debs, what's up? I'm such a happy person. And the reason why I was crying is saying that the African children, the African people, where we were traveling around and in rural areas, they were so happy and they didn't have any shoes on their feet. And they're just so grateful for the tiniest little things that they've got. I was crying because I had about 150 pair of shoes at home, knowing that some of them still had labels on, and I felt so ungrateful. So I promised that I'd just have a massive clear out and just get rid of them. Not that they need shoes, because, you know, they're probably, you know, are used to not wearing shoes, but it's just kind of being grateful for that. So I cried because I just had a realization going, what makes me any different for being, say, born in the Western world in the UK and these people that were, you know, all around the world and stuff. And I believe the Shah movement and the Shah revolution should be about trying to take more from the people who've got more, shall we say, and give it to the people who've got less. There's plenty to go around for everybody in the world, and that's what I kind of want to do. So
Yeah.
I hope it don't take me 6 to 9 months. Otherwise, it's like going through childbirth again, having a massive declutter. I'm going like that. Oh my God. But now I found this little charity shop where I know that it's going to go straight to these African children and straight to these teachers and straight through Christian church. I feel blessed that it's on my doorstep, and I'm just going to go take as much stuff and tell other people about it as well.
Yeah. When you have a personal connection to where the proceeds from the sales are going, or you're directly aligned with the organization, it brings, I think it helps cultivate this whole feeling of the flow of abundance and releasing things, letting them go to bless and serve others. It is helpful.
Can you
Now
see that?
that's very interesting. I have that book, Debs. I will
Are you
have to
ready?
pull it out.
Are you ready for synchronicities? Oh my goodness. I was at Incredible Edible on Friday, and this guy says to me, I need to give you this.
Wow.
And I've been sharing some of it over the last few days, and it's life-changing. So
Okay, so just a little tidbit on that book.
Millman.
One of the areas of personal self-inquiry that I got into, this was probably in the 1970s. I was in my 20s then. I'm not a spring chicken no more, but was numerology. And this book by, is the author Dan Millman?
yeah, Dan Millman.
Dan Millman. This is a book about exploring the power in the numbers that underlie your date of birth and the letters associated with the numbers associated with each letter in your name. And that you can, by doing some calculations, you can feel into, are you going to go right away? Or are you saying hi or bye? Oh, she's got to go. You know what? Say your hi and
Thanks,
bye.
Christine.
Ooh, love you. Thank you for coming by. I wish I could have had you say more.
I know. I didn't want to interrupt your thought just now. I just wanted to slip out, but thank you so much for having me, Jeremy.
Thanks,
We
Christine.
must blab together soon.
We should. I agree.
We will. And Elaine, thank you so much. Debs, it's so nice to meet you. I love
I've
your
connected
light and
with you.
energy.
I've connected
Bye,
with you.
everyone. Thank
Bye,
you for
bye.
connecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great Thanksgiving holiday,
Thank you.
Christine.
You too.
Love you
Bye-bye.
lots.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Big
Oh,
Heart.
she's so beautiful.
Boy. Oh, for sure. So Jeremy, I haven't let you gotten a word in edgewise, but hold that tongue for just a minute,
That's fine. I
because
can wait.
this book by Dan Millman and numerology can really be a powerful tool also for self-inquiry. You know, I find the same kind of confirming things about me, my life purpose, my service, in many different arenas. And that book by Dan Millman, which I'll have Debs hold up one more time. The Life You Were Born to Live, a guide to finding your life purpose. And it's through exploring numerology. I have to pull that one out again.
It's unbelievable.
So thank you for that. I wonder, as I review that, whether I will gain insights into my own letting go and decluttering.
Elaine, connect with me as well on Twitter. It'd be lovely to see what you think.
I will, and I
Me
guess you
too.
got to jump on out. But thank you for stopping by.
I've got my little
And,
girl.
if you can join in the decluttering conversation in the future.
I just want to say thanks to Jeremy for, inviting us in. So I'll say hi.
Sure.
Say hi and bye.
Thanks, Dubs.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So, and Christine L. Bowen had to go on. Yes, this is a busy week for many folks with other things going on for preparations for the Thanksgiving holiday, of course. And Jeremy, so apparently in the last couple weeks since I've been doing the Declutter Day Blab, you have been moved to buy the book, explore the book. I understand your wife is kind of thrilled.
She is thrilled, and she's read the book in its entirety, and she's disappointed I haven't read it in its entirety yet. But I've, given that I'm reading about 50 books at once, I think I'm doing pretty well reading the book. I'm trying to soak it up in a meaningful way and not go through it too fast. I want it to sink in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Okay. So, what reflections do you have to share on this whole topic of thank you and goodbye?
Well, it's taken me a while to get to the point of actually trying to do some of this, but my running shoes have been stacking up in the closet, and I finally decided I have to do something about these. There's too many. My wife is complaining about it. We can't find shoes when we try to get them out of the closet. So today I threw out 4 pair of running shoes, and for an ultra marathoner to do that, it's very hard to part with your running shoes. They're sentimental, but I realized these are worn out. I can't use them anymore. They're so used out that I can't even donate them, So, now
Okay.
I probably have two more pair of running shoes that might be in good enough condition to donate and, give to some clothing drive or something like that. So someone that needs a pair of shoes is better than no pair of shoes. And so I'm going to try to donate a couple more pairs of those and say goodbye to the shoes I no longer need, because I have too many, and I've got to pare down and have a more simple array of shoes so I can find them and match them.
And match them.
Yeah, I've
have you
been running with two running shoes that don't match, that are the same style but different color, and that just kind of
now that's funny. Was that for a marathon, or was that just like doing your running exercise around the neighborhood?
Yeah, this is just around the neighborhood. You're going out.
Oh, okay.
I'm going out in the dark with the dog, and I can't see the. At least it was close. They were blue. One was blue. One was green. Close to each other in the color wheel.
Yeah. So we have Bethany Bethania Fioniste. I don't know how you say your name, but she's joining and watching us now. Thank you for joining us. We do have an open seat. So if you have questions about the decluttering process, some stuff about the Marie Kondo book, or if you want a little encouragement or want to tell a tale, we have an open seat here. And this is what Blab is all about. It is about joining the conversation. So, and Jeremy is testing out the question function, and he says, do you see me in 2 squares? Because I do. No, Jeremy, I do not see you in 2 squares.
Why am I in 2 squares?
Apparently, Blab was broken earlier this morning. I was over at my mom and dad's house, which is about 20-30 minutes away from where I live. And I thought, I'm just on my mobile device. I'm going to go on Blab, and I'm just going to go to the event page. And
I think I fixed it. I hid my other square.
No, now it's showing up. So I'm going to X you on out from the other one. Okay. I hope I don't lose you from both. Let's see.
Right, we'll see.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm still in 2
But
squares.
anyway.
Go on.
Okay, so we are here to talk about this decluttering day thing. Jim Sharp is showing up. Jim. Thank you, Jim Sharp. I think you have come live to nearly every one of these that I've hosted. I am most grateful. I am most grateful this week for all of my flock of followers over from Google Plus and Blab, who we share these rich conversations with. And now I want to talk about working on saying goodbye to my books. I mean, I have lots and lots of books, and I've come to realize that I have a lot more books that, you know, I guess I love this idea of having a huge library of things that I can just refer to whenever I want. But just in the same way, they say, you know, if you haven't worn the clothing within a year, throw it out, you know. Like, unless, you know, like I might hold on to a few evening gowns or something like that. That, now, I don't have a lot of occasions for those, but, you know, might have a few that I rotate on, a few for special events that come up just now and then. But books, boy, thinning out books. This is the area that I'm trying to thin out now. And it's hard. It is hard getting over the thinking mode and into the just hold it, and does this spark joy, and daring to move into that intuitive space of trusting that my highest aspect of wisdom indeed knows which books I should be holding on to and which ones to let go of. What do you think, Jeremiah? Do you have a big library? You told me you're like reading multiple books, or are you a smart guy and you like get lots of them out from the library?
Well, I get most of them from the library, but my wife is so good about giving our books away, I have to retrieve them out of their trunk and say, wait a minute, you're not giving away the Agatha Christie murder mysteries. Those are important to me. Those are significant literary works. So, you know, you have to have a meeting of the minds if you have a married couple as to which books you can part with. But I have too many. I have some that I've read that I'll never read again. And I will join you in trying to let go of some of them, donating them to charity or to the library, because the reality is I have other books stacked up that I don't have room for them on the shelves right now, and I have to make room for them somehow. So,
well, I started on my book thinning about 2 weeks ago, and once again, Marie Kondo suggests you collect the books all kind of in one place and then kind of sort through them by category, and category by category, then decide on the ones you needed. And it just took me a while to kind of move the books around so I could begin the sort. As I did that, though, it became obvious to me, as some of them I was picking up as like, I know I don't need this. Mm-hmm. I know I don't need this. So now I have them in stacks, but I really need to go through this thank you and goodbye process, mm-hmm. where I hold each one up and really do this. I'll call it almost kind of a ceremonial thing. Really say thank you and acknowledge, because what I was doing when I was quickly, getting ready to move them, it was just like, nah, I don't need this. Nah, I don't need that. Nah, I don't need that. And it was just in the same kind of mindset of like, well, let me see what I can get rid of, which is not in the same spirit of thank you and goodbye. The nuance is different. It really is. So, happily, now, my husband doesn't get into these metaphysical, heart-centered approaches to doing things the way I do.
That's unfortunate.
But he did.
That's awesome.
And I haven't asked him to go through clothes because, you know what? He's acquired far fewer clothes than I ever had. So he doesn't even have to thin his out, they're all fine. Mm-hmm. But when he saw me going through my books, he said, yeah, I can go through books. And so he went through and just, so there's like five boxes of books from the family room and kind of leftovers from his old consulting engineering office
Mm-hmm.
that are in the lower level of the house.
So what kind of pile system did you use, Elaine, or how did you categorize your books in a meaningful way to sort them?
I'm still kind of doing that, but like, so for example, I have a whole bunch of books that are just like my Reiki books. They're related to like energy healing,
Mm-hmm.
and and I probably have a library of 20 or more books in that arena. Then I have collections of books that are related to nursing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I have nursing textbooks, and then I have what I'll call ancillary books. So, I was an oncology nurse. My hospital bedside nursing was in cancer nursing. So I have a variety of books that are related to holistic health, that are related to being supportive of the cancer patient and the cancer patient's journey, and journaling, and lots of different things that cancer patients are going through, their issues. And so as either a supportive partner, a caring person, or a nurse, I got a whole bunch of those books. And from time to time in my nursing practice, I would share a resource tip.
Mm-hmm.
Once you kind of got familiar with a patient and were aware of their interests, and that they had an openness to, complementary approaches to being on their cancer journey, then to share a book or a recommendation, I could do that. Whenever you are in any type of licensed profession, you have to be really careful about what constitutes your scope of practice.
True.
So anyway, and I'm sure Jim Sharp knows about that. He was a pediatric oncology doctor. How about that? So we honor the work that he has done in the lives and families of children and families facing those challenges, and what you have to go through reconfiguring so many perspectives when you have those kind of challenges going on.
Mm-hmm.
So Blabstud is participating, saying, Jeremy, you should write about your shoes the same way.
You have to read the post.
Write a blog and or a story about all the books you have rediscovered and realized need to find a new home.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Okay. Or talk about it on a blab.
Right.
As they say, have your blab, have your hang on air, transcribe it, find the gems. Let that be the basis, because indeed, when we're talking on these live stream shows like this, it's like our real voice comes out.
True.
And often, do you find that your writing voice is different from your speaking voice?
Slightly, although it's interesting, the blog post suggestion, what's happening with Blab. Now I'll write a blog post and I'll insert a Blab as part of the content, so it gives a richer multimedia feel to it, and it's powerful. It makes it, there's evergreen content. You can revisit it later. You can look at the 9 layers of what you talked about in your Blab, and I'm just amazed how much richer that makes the what you're writing about. But yes, I think the writing voice is different than the speaking voice. And it's interesting you brought this up, Elaine, because some of us are auditory learners, some of us are visual learners, and some of us are kinesthetic learners. We each have a dominance in one of these areas. And so we're trying to make, as a writer, as a blogger, you have to connect with your readers in one of those 3 ways, or in all 3, to make sure you're connecting with them in a more powerful way.
Well, sometimes I guess if you are writing and you want to make your writing connective to people with different learning styles, then it would seem to me you have to be mindful of the language that you use.
True.
Whether you're weaving in examples that, you know, that help people connect to the kinesthetic sense by the story that you're telling or the example you're sharing, you know, or the process that you're suggesting somebody take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it occurs to me. And here's my guy, Monday Zuri. It was last Monday that I said, Monday, Monday. So good to see you here once again, blabbing with me. Anyway, so we're having fun.
That is a
But I'm getting off topic, and I really want to weave this back to Declutter Day. So, Mondi, are you doing any decluttering? Are there things that you're thinning out in your life? Or, you know, we have had on this program some people from different places in the world, Richard from Ghana, who, you know, pointed out to us, there, just like Deb's, there are lots of places in the world where people do not have the means to buy much. They have little. They may need more to live lives with a little bit more comfort and joy, but some others don't even need that to be in the state of joy. They don't have it covered up. So hallelujah for them. Yeah, so Jeremy is asking, what can we declutter, let go of next? What is your top cluttering project or priority? Okay, so Blabstud is saying the basement.
Oh, wow.
He needs to clear out his basement. And Sandra Centurino, who was on my show, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I forget. Anyway, she was saying the lower floor of her home has like become kind of the dump landing space. And so it's not really functional, you know, as a family room or other place. That's the area she's got to focus on. So, Jason, I don't know if you're allowed to come on into these conversations, but we certainly welcome you. And we can, both Jeremy and I can tell you a little bit about this Marie Kondo method that can help you perhaps begin to approach your basement. Once again, she suggests that, you know, we may have some places in our home that are particularly, you know, cluttered or, you know, fueled up with too much more stuff. But she actually suggests if you go through the activity of thinning down your clothing and reorganizing, reconfiguring your drawers and your closet that you use for the clothes that you wear every day, if you do that and you're saving only those things that spark joy among clothes that you're wearing every day, clothes and shoes and accessories and garments, that as you interface with those environments every day and get that reinforcement of, oh, I've let go of so many things, my life is simplified in this arena, then it helps you to actually begin approaching some of these other categories or areas with less, you know, with less fear, trepidation. But the Marie Kondo book, you know, Jeremy, hold it up because I have forgotten the proper title. It is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. This method is really, it's really aimed at transforming our habits, and that indeed it may take us 6 to 9 months to kind of go through a major area or a whole home and really have in our lives, in our home, only those things that spark joy in their beauty, their function, their utility, and the way that we can engage with them. So encourage you to be bold. If you don't want to go and buy the book yet, you know, you can even look up on YouTube for some of the Marie Kondo videos that are out there where you'll either see her doing kind of a description or presentation about the Marie Kondo method. She does speak Japanese, so you'll see the translations there. But there are also some really fascinating videos there of people who show the spaces that they have reconfigured. You know, their clothing, their drawers, their kitchens, their rooms, and imagine if every item you had a specific place to go back to, and you had fewer, not multiples of things to, you know, for your utilizing, having the utility of the things in your life. We have a couple other people that have joined us. So I want to say hello to Stephanie, who I think has been here before, maybe. Yes. On one of our Declutter Day shows, I think she has, and Roy Oliver. Thank you for coming on by. We have an open seat, and so if you'd like to be part of this conversation where we're talking about decluttering, simplifying our lives, or particularly the focus of today's conversation, which is, as you're letting go of stuff, say thank you to it, or whatever purpose it has served in your life, or whatever awareness it brought to you, either when you have it or now as you recognizing it's time to let it go. It's perfectly a good idea to let it go, to move into more simplicity, comfort, joy, and sense of flow in your life. Anyway, we have an open seat. Let's see. Blabstud has said, idea, clear and move 1/2 of your current clothes back into that space. All other items that are left on the other side after 6 months, 1 year can be decluttered. Jason, it is a common thing when it comes to decluttering and organizing, you know, to say, to look at clothing. If you haven't worn it in a year, then, you know, throw it out, let it go. What you're suggesting almost sounds like a random thing. Let me push half of the stuff into my view. Let's see what I actually use in the other stuff. Let's see if it came to mind and I was being dared to pull it out and use it. No, it's like take an hour, couple hours, pull all the clothes out in one spot. You might be surprised. You have more clothing hiding in other areas of your house, in other rooms, in other boxes, in other suitcases, and you probably have far more than you may realize. Roy, 8mm Roy is saying, good stuff, Elaine. I know of a lot of things I want to say thank you and goodbye to. So thank you so much for being here so we could give you that little spur, that little spark, ignite your capacity to let go of some things. And Stephanie's coming on in. Yay, Stephanie.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Stephanie. Happy to see you again. Yes, you were with us before. Yeah.
We met before, but it wasn't on a declutter show. I've never been on. I don't know exactly where, but I love the whole topic of decluttering because I definitely have issues with that. You can ask my family. No, I'm kidding. But I had a question. My husband actually bought me for my 50th birthday, and I just got it like 20 days ago, a new car. And I was so attached to the 16-year-old car because I had so many memories. That was really hard to let go of it. And I just find it bizarre. I've had to drive the new for about 4 or 5 days now. And I'm fine with it. And my friend bought my old one, so it's not like it said goodbye forever. I get to see, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I have these crazy, weird attachments. Like part of me wasn't even grateful for a brand new car because, you know, of the attachment to the car I had. But I like what you just said. I was listening for a minute, and that's what kind of made me want to think about it, because you had said something like, I forget what exactly you said, take a picture or have a memory, and, you know, you did your time with me, I'm good, goodbye, you know, that kind of thing. So that caught my attention.
Well, you know what? I'm having an echo.
Yeah.
Could be me. You want me to come out and in again?
No. Do you have earbuds?
I don't actually. I've been on a lot, and I've not used it.
I'm not hearing the echo now, so
It went away.
you're okay. I won't go. No. Mostly what I've been talking about today is that when people are making the decision to declutter and they're letting go of stuff, it's mostly with these feelings of self-judgment and self-criticism for keeping too much stuff or not thinning it out long ago. And so then as the stuff is sorted out, it's like, I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this. And it's without the acknowledgement. If you almost believe that everything, because I kind of believe this, it's like everything that real things, it's like they do have a consciousness. There is something that's making the molecules of this pen come together and serve this function. Like there was a divine idea called pen, writing instrument that has, emerged through humankind. And of course, pens take shape, writing instruments take shape in a variety of forms. But from my deepest level of spiritual understanding, it's like if a thing exists at all, it's like it has a holy function. And so, but as humans, we tend to polarize all these meanings and definitions we have of things. It's really good, or it's really bad, or it's evil. And if we bring things back to neutral, these things which have come into our life in a thoughtful way or in a very unconscious way, if we simply say, thank you, I don't have need for you now, but you came into my life somehow. Thank you. May the atoms of you, shift into something else. May you have utility. We're just in this vibe of being present and noticing what's in our space. And if with neutrality or a sense of comfort, of joy, we can let things go, then our ability to do that with objects will then help us to do that with our own self-judgments and with relationships that end or shift or change. In other words, all this physical decluttering really is woven into our mental decluttering, our mental health, our sense of emotional flow and mental flow. It's all woven together. But how lucky are you to have gotten a new car, Stephanie, and you can let the old one go and still get to enjoy it vicariously through seeing your friend now enjoy it, or you get to see it physically. So that transition has come about for you really in the perfect way. How lucky is that? That's great. And so
I muted myself because my husband's noisy, so I forgot. So thank you. Yes. It was a pleasure to see you both again.
So we wish you a lovely Thanksgiving holiday. Are you here in the States and celebrate Thanksgiving?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We are in California, and I think I think my husband told me this morning, 24 people at our house.
Oh my goodness.
27, he just said. 27.
Do they help with the cooking?
They all bring stuff. We're very fortunate. It becomes lots of food. Happy Thanksgiving to you all too.
Thank you. I appreciate you stopping in. Jump by again, and we'll see you around the blab. Okay. Anyway, so you know what? The little ego voice is saying, "Oh boy, 30 people have stopped in. I like it. I'm happy. We've drawn a couple more visitors, and it hasn't been only me There was one week where like I was talking monologue for like 20 or 25 minutes. How did I do that? I don't know. I think there was some valuable content that came on through. Dear Jim Sharp was keeping me company, I think, that day from afar. That was rather nice. Anyway, don't mention the sweet potatoes.
Oh my God.
Well, I just did, Dave.
Don't go there. No. I have to be stoic. It's a long story.
Whose story? Dave's story or your story? You can spare us the story.
It doesn't have anything to do with this topic though. So.
Oh, okay. So we won't do that.
That's like an after show discussion. It's an inside joke related to a blab that I did yesterday. I used it as an example, and so of all the people in the room, only Dave understands right now, and I'll fill you in later, Elaine. I don't want to leave you out, but not while we're recording.
Okay, so once again, because on Blab, you can start a topic, but people are jumping in midstream. Conversation's been going on for half an hour. So we're recapping a little bit. This is Declutter Day 8. Hi, I'm Elaine Nieberding, hangout host of the Holy Shift Show. Holy Shiftness. Holy Shiftness. May you get the spirit of Holy Shiftness going as you focus on decluttering and letting go of things in your life that don't serve you and don't spark joy. That's what we're talking about. And especially today, we are talking about when you sort through your things and you're letting go of things, say thank you to each thing as you say goodbye and let it move on away, as you sell it, as you throw it in the trash, or as you donate it to a charitable organization. And Mr. Dave Moore is saying, shift happens. Yes, shift happens. Let's see. We've got a couple other people joining in. Mr. Wonderful, thank you for coming on by. And Sakara Alexis, thank you for coming on by. We have an open seat. And so if there's some of you that would like to share a decluttering story that will be helpful or encouraging to others who want to thin out stuff, simplify their life. If you have a little bit of experience with the Marie Kondo method, that so many people are finding inspiration from, not only just to thin out stuff in their lives, but also reconfigure their homes and their lives and develop entirely new habits of the way you experience relationship with your stuff. Are there any takers? We'd love for there to be another taker. So, Jeremy, we've talked about books. We've talked about you letting go of some of your running shoes. I think one of the areas that is indeed going to be hardest for me is getting into organizing my digital collections, my photographs, my files. You know what? Every time that I finish up with one computer, like it's coming to the end of its seeming useful life, and I want a new machine that's fast or something, I kind of vow, but I guess not deep and hard enough, to really set up my filing systems better. I haven't done that yet. I may have to enlist some professional help. Like somebody comes in and like in the same way a professional organizer would come in and look at your closets or like Marie Kondo, help you sort through your stuff and let go. I would have to have someone come in and look at my hard drive and say, this is chaos. Can you find what you're looking for?
How do you know when you need professional help? I think that's a good question related to what you're talking about. That things are over your head, that you have too much digital clutter or other forms of clutter. What do you think, Elaine?
You know what? I was reading in the comment stream. I missed your question. Ask me again,
okay.
Jeremy. I'm all ears.
How do you know when you need a professional to help you with decluttering digital clutter or other forms of clutter? When you can't handle it yourself, when it's too much?
Well, when you're definitely, they'll say there's always like the pain factor.
Okay.
You know, like it's causing you problems. Like you're trying to get shift done and you know, and you can't find stuff. And so then it's preventing you from, you know, doing the tasks you want to, like host a program or, you know, create a list, like organize your list of followers. Oh, you know what? One area I could talk about, I'm too embarrassed to talk about. I'll have to talk to you about it privately, Jeremy.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, yes, there are some of my saving and disorganizing of things. I can't even talk about it publicly, but this is a start. This is a start. Who was it? What inspirational, motivational speaker said, like, how you do anything is how you do everything? Do you know who that came from?
It sounds like
John Assaraf or
sounds like Zig Ziglar, but I don't think that's the right person. I'm just hoping it was Zig Ziglar, but yeah, it might be Jim Rohn.
Melanie Bundock says Jim Rohn. Okay, so Melanie Bundock is here and says, I think there's something in the air. I've been on a major decluttering overdrive this week.
Good.
Well, good for you, Melanie. You know, there are these seasonal things, like when people do spring cleaning or at the end of the summer when it's time to put away like summer garments. If you live in an area where there are these very distinct changes in the seasons, and then it's kind of a logical time to, you know, put the other seasonal things away. And as you do that, sort and throw things out. But, you know, my own perspective is, and a lot of people who are, I will say, energy and consciousness sensitive, you know, shift and things are happening so quickly. Everybody is not everybody, but a lot of people are feeling from the inside all these both belief systems that are clouding our thoughts, that are still in place, that don't serve us, that keep us either from feeling our own joy, our own goodness, and experiencing connection with other people in, you know, in meaningful ways frequently. We're all feeling this stuff pushing on us from the inside, saying, let go, let go, let go. And we often feel like we personally have to control every part of the process.
Yep.
My own belief is, if we have things that we want to change in our lives, if we ask to gain support so we can experience our changes, our decluttering, our home reconfigurations gracefully rather than upheaval, we can get the support to do that. One of the motivations behind having this conversation and this blab was, let's have a place where people can talk about the challenges, gain support, so that if you know, maybe you start off the process with some momentum, but then you feel like your process is interrupted, it's sabotaged by other people in your family, you can gain some of the support to do it. Marie Kondo will say, when you're doing this process, say you're a woman, you know, and you're deciding to start out the process by sorting through your clothes, she says, don't have your family members there. Don't have your sister or your mother-in-law close by seeing what you are sorting through and getting clarity of what you will keep that sparks joy and what you will let go of, because there will be folks around who will say, what do you mean you're throwing that out? Like, I gave that to you, you know? Or didn't you spend XYZ on that? How could you throw that away? You might need that. There will be so many people that will project their attachments onto you and complicate the process, you know? So you may need to get your black bags, your boxes. So as you're sorting out the stuff, and you're going to let go of it, you don't have all the voices from the peanut gallery sabotaging your process. They get to do their own decluttering in their own way. You get to do it in your own way. And Jeremy, you're typing in here, you might need that. Those thoughts, they are a big problem, and they will keep coming up. You know, I noticed this process is getting a little easier for me, but like it's been going on for 6-8 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely going to take 6 months, 9 months. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially with all the papers. I mean, I have crates of papers, but I'm happy to say that about 3 weeks into the process, I did get into the room that I call my dump room. What used to be a functional office in the lower level of my house, where I used to do meet with private clients and do some energy healing work and private consults. Well, then I went into bedside nursing and was not doing that kind of work with the same frequency. So then probably starting on one of these Thanksgiving holidays, when I was having my lots of house guests come on over, well, I needed to clear out the guest room or this or that. And so the crates and the boxes went down into the dump room. And then I just, you know, you think you're going to get back and sort through the stuff and then throw it out, and then you don't. And exactly. then you feel guilty about the stuff you've saved. And then after a couple years, you don't go in there.
True.
You don't go in there. And I know there, Jason, the Blab Stud guy, God, love that Twitter handle. You know, he said his basement is an area of concern for him. So I got into my dump room and I started moving all these crates around, and now I have the space where I'm now doing my book sort. Guess what? I'm finishing my book sort this afternoon and this evening, because the dump room by Wednesday night will be reconfigured. It will be a guest room.
Wow.
At least, not a whole perfect guest. It will be at least a guest room for Thursday and Friday night for house guests coming in. It will have a bed in there. It's not going to be super pretty, but it will be functional. It will have a bed in a private space.
Will there still be books in there though, or not? Or will it be?
Oh yeah.
No,
and the books will be on one bookshelf.
Wow.
I will not be keeping more than what's on the one bookshelf. Now, there will be books that are up here in the office because they're the place I need them. And the books that I refer to for my spiritual nourishment, if I'm journaling, I keep some of those in the bedroom. I keep some of those in the living room where I'm lounging or relaxing. You know, that they will have their place too. Sure. But the major book collection area, yeah. There will be one bookcase, and it's like 4 feet wide by, 6 feet tall.
Good. That's great.
That
good progress.
And that's a paring down. I see we have Kristen Drysdale come in here. Hi, Kristen. I hope you can jump in on this blab. I'd love to have some of your thoughts on saying goodbye or thank you and goodbye. And Carla Reichman is here too. Hi, Carla, my laughter buddy. Nice to see you. And Skip Bieber. Well, hi, Skip. You have been just a favorite little flocker, warming my heart, cheering me on from time to time. I don't know if we've ever had him on in. Would be thrilled to see you. Let's see. Skip says, I can part with the black bag, but not the black book. That's a riot. So Carla's joining us. Let's see if she can jump on in. Hey there, Carla.
Hey, Elaine.
Hey, readjust your the angle of your. There you go. Now we can see your colorful sweater and your lovely smile.
Hey, Elaine.
Yeah.
I think you're in Maryland somewhere.
I actually am. I'm in Bel Air, which is north of Baltimore. So who knows? We might even hang out in real life sometime. You never know.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Since we are close in a way, we probably could hang out.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. It's more likely to happen in the new year than this year, but
oh yeah,
you never know. So Carla, this is session 8 of Declutter Day Blab. So the focus of this hangout is, hangout. I'm used to saying that word, hangout. The focus of this blab is, talking about clearing, simplifying our lives, letting go of our clutter. We're using this Marie Kondo book, reference Jeffrey, as kind of the foundational method for clearing out and simplifying things. But have you, in the last year or two or recently had inner inclinations to clear out, sort out, throw out things? Are you involved with some of that now?
Absolutely. I actually, I did a Nora Boland's thing this past week, her challenge.
Is that a decluttering challenge?
Let me finish.
Okay, I'm listening.
It became a decluttering challenge.
Oh, great.
On Saturday, you needed to declutter your workspace. And it got me starting to declutter, which I needed to do.
Good.
I basically just wanted to say hi, but it was quite an experience to declutter it and look at my table, which was full of papers and junk that I didn't need. And I can actually see the glass again.
Wow.
And
you're
so
still
that's
laughing
beautiful.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if that can help you bring more conscious awareness to anything you buy, anything you bring in your home. Do I need it? It's the same thing. There is so much great free content everywhere. You know what? Every time people often sell, educational packages to develop a skill related to entrepreneurial stuff or business, making our communications more effective. Nearly every program is sold with 5 great bonuses. And it's like, it's this lure of, and another great benefit and another. But who has the time to utilize all these extra resources? Even, as wonderful as content marketing is, there is now so much great content around. You have to set boundaries and limits on how much time you're going to spend reading stuff, clicking open articles, and then deciding what you're going to save to actually refer to later. It's a challenge. So we're really called on to connect with our heart of hearts and say, do I need this too? Or like you and me, Carla, just say, you know what? I could get really worked up about this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a deep breath, smile, and bring some laughter and levity into the process.
Well, we have to. It's the only way to get through life.
To get through absolutely everything. Yep. Jeremy says he loves how I call the state of Maryland. I always spell it. And I'm from Maryland. Spell that. MERRYLAND. And so, Jeremy, you're also showing me that now this new question feature, when a question comes up, it can actually come on into an open space in the blab.
Right.
So that is cool. So Jeremy's question, Jeremy, you're really a great kind of co-host moderator here. Does Marie Kondo recommend a whole shift in perspective towards decluttering? You could answer that one, Jeremy, couldn't you?
I haven't read the whole book, so I don't know if it's fair to answer the
question.
Well,
what tidbits do you know? For there are people who tune into this show and they haven't watched the whole series. So what's the basic shtick? You could talk about the basic shtick about when you're sorting through your stuff. What are you supposed to aim for? Mm-hmm. Saving those things that.
It comes down to those things that are essential. It's like Greg McKeown talked about. You pick what's essential. It's doing that with your things, and you have to detach yourselves from them in some way, because they feel like you have this sentimental connection to a lot of them. So it's choosing what's essential and parting with what's not, and realizing that that's giving it to someone that may need it more than we do.
Yeah. And you know what? All the things you brought up, those are the usual thoughtful ways at looking at decluttering. Marie Kondo's point is, you keep it if it sparks joy. Mm-hmm. We do need to keep things of utility, but oftentimes we'll have like 3 or 4 of the same thing. And so then we don't need 3 or 4 of the same thing. Maybe we need 2. And then, so of those multiples, which one seems to spark joy? Which one kind of is there something that's ringing or zinging inside saying, oh yeah, I'm the one to keep? That's it. And of course, Jeremy, you know me well enough to know that all of my work seems to be related to the joy bug thing, uncovering, letting go of stuff so that we really can get back to what I think is our true, eternal, even some would say spiritual nature. And that really is of joy, being these spirits that find ourselves in, this arena in the universe and saying, I'm here. I'm here to do stuff, to enjoy stuff, to serve and explore. So let me have the things around me, the people, the objects that spark joy. Because, yeah. So that's the thing. Spark and joy. So you have sorted out your shoes.
Yes.
I'm sure, among the shoes that you wear for your running, some really zing you and excite you more when you put them on than others, right?
True. And some do the opposite. Ones I had terrible falls with. I mean, that pair, it was easy to part with. And I wondered why am I holding onto the pair that I collided with the pavement in earlier this year? That doesn't make sense. It might have been the shoe's fault. I don't know. But yeah, so, there are special moments in some of them. If you do well in a race, I mean, that pair of shoes, you feel like saving them for a long time for that reason. They become a closer part of you, to your soul almost. So,
yeah. So anyway, let's send our good joy and laughter vibes to the Blab platform. Apparently it's been acting a little weird today. Jeremy, you were saying you were seeing yourself multiple times in the square earlier today. Yeah. Krista Drysdale is remarking, I can only see and hear Carla. So strange. That is, so she's in the Blab and she can't hear me. I guess she can see the chat stream okay. But when it comes to live participation, that is kind of strange.
She refreshed and she could see me, but what's really weird is that I am in your seat now instead of below, which is kind of strange. But I was kind of avoiding, I took it for what it is.
It's beyond our control, Carla, and we're just gonna smile and laugh about it because
what
can.
else can we do?
What else can we do? No, we had glitches getting started, Jeremy and I, and we had to call on @help, and then we had Jason, love his Twitter handle, the Blab Stud, come in and help us. I think he left, but we gave him some encouragement to proceed with decluttering his basement because that was the area. And for everybody else, we are encouraging people to check out the Marie Kondo book and or find some Marie Kondo KonMari method YouTube videos to get you started, and join us, on a regular basis. We're continuing this conversation nearly every week. And Jeremy says, I see 5 squares and I'm in 2. So that is bizarre. And Skip is telling us, the joys of technology. Yes, just like over at Google Plus this week, we found there's a whole new Google Plus. There's Google Plus Classic, and then there's new Google Plus. And on the new Google Plus, you can't access Hangouts and you can't access events, and you can't create them. So adjustment. What else can we do? So that's what we're gonna do. And Kristen, can you come in? I hear a cat singing in the background. Is that your cat, Carla?
Yes, and Rama, whenever he goes to the bathroom, he sings. He sings on the way there when he finishes, and then he's quiet again.
I don't know what's. Oh, okay. Do I Skip Bieber saying I do Google Hangouts all the time? Why am I hearing the Periscope sound effect? Man, I don't know. I don't know, Skip. But anyway, let's see who's still here. We have Kandu, who is still here, and Jeremy's still here, and Sakara Alexis is still here. So if anybody else wants to jump on in, oh my goodness gracious, I've been blabbing for almost an hour and a half. So I tell you what, last call for anybody who would like to jump on into this conversation, because I have to go have some lunch, and then at 3 o'clock Eastern time, I will be on Sherry Valentine's Blab. She does this thing called EFT, the tappy break, and this is this tapping method to help release energetic, mental, and emotional patterns that kind of get in the way for life being as joyful and fulfilling as it might be. And today we are going to be talking about, look who's here.
It's a surprise.
Hey, wild woman. I'm so happy to see you and say.
God, I feel like a celebrity. What is it?
I'm so thankful that I've gotten to know you, wild woman, here on the Blab. How are you?
I'm supposed to be doing stuff. Hold on.
I was going to get off, but now that she's here, I'll stay a little
I'm
longer.
multitasking. I just wanted to
I'm
come in.
shutting this down at 5 minutes
No,
because I have to
I only got
before my
only 1 minute.
My tappy break. Go ahead, Sandra.
No, I just want to thank all 3 of you. Because Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm grateful to have met all 3 of you on Blab. And that's my Thanksgiving message. I didn't even see the whole Blab, so I just wanted to come in and say thank you for inspiring me in whatever you all do, because you all have gifts. And maybe we can all just pick one small thing to be grateful for this Thanksgiving, when I am the inspirational expert and I inspire and I'm always positive, right? No. Sometimes I get tempted to just bitch and moan about stuff, but I'm going to remember one small thing I'm grateful for, and it's my friends on Blab. I think that's pretty damn cool. That happened just in the past 3 months. So that's all I want to say. Less than 1 minute.
And since you came in, and I heard you talking about this, I think it was sometime last week. Are you proceeding to do a Positivity Con, a PosCon on December 4th.
Yeah, I'll show you. I have a flyer. I'll hold it up. Why, do you want to speak?
Yeah.
All right, spit it out. Don't say Say yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, hold on. Wait, I gotta find it. I have so much stuff. Okay, so the countdown's wrong because it's in less days, but there it is. So basically, it's imagine an entire day of positivity. I do. The world needs positivity. Let's share it all together in one day. On Friday, December 4th, I'm honored to be joined by Brian Fanzo and an entourage of inspiring humans that gather for the day on Blab, a live conference of people worldwide sharing inspiration. Turn off the news and stop getting sucked in by all the negativity. This day is going to give us all a boost of motivation, happiness, smiles, stories, and most of all, positivity. Did you like my commercial? Was that cool?
I did, and Sandra, did you know that Jeremy Murphy's website is called Positivity Patrol?
In fact, I do. He's one of my positivity peeps. Yeah, definitely.
We have to stick together. I mean, there's enough negativity in the world. It's time to turn the tables and switch the world to a different polarity.
We do. It's like tuning the station, right, Jeremy?
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
clicking off.
Flip
and
it.
so now, and so now I'm being with the naysayers, all the people in my life, those naysayers, they're coming forward because I'm going to New York on December 10th to sprinkle positivity. That's my other thing with my Say It Forward cards. So I'm hearing things like, you can't go on a subway. You can't go to New York. You know what? If I get blown up by a terrorist and I'm handing out a positivity card, this sounds kind of creepy. I probably shouldn't say it. You know what? I'm going to go there. I can't have anyone stop me at this point. So I'm tuning it out. I have faith in God that everything's going to be fine. And I'm going to put these cards in people's hands. And that's what I do. So December 10th, let's all pray that everything goes well in New York. I'll be there handing stuff out and sprinkling some positivity. Where did he go? Did I steal him out of the seat?
I don't know. Well, anyway, so
I was just going to get out.
You have a link. Do you have one link to
Positivity
or
Con?
at least the start of the Positivity Con?
Yeah.
Feel free to put it on into the chat stream.
Hold on one sec. Yep, I do. And so what we're looking for, Elaine, is people to speak in like 5 to 7 minute intervals, kind of like a Toastmasters talk. I do Toastmaster stuff. So it's 5 to 7 minutes. It's something inspiring. It's not, I think I just pasted it. It's
do you have some specific themes for the different hours? And
you know what?
Are you?
You know what? I don't yet. But if you click this link and just give us your email, we'll definitely keep you posted. Brian and I are in the startup phase, and again, it's in less than 2 weeks, so we're gonna pull it off. It's only one day of positivity. Like the people that were on last week did like a whole entire week of stuff. I was stressed watching it. I don't know how they pulled
that.
I don't know how. No, it's one day, 9 to 5 positivity. I'm keeping it simple. So we might have different themes, but right now, if you have a message and it's an inspiring theme and you can speak on it from 5 to 7 minutes, the only thing I don't ask, because there's another whole show for that, is like pitchy and I do this and I'm selling that and I want to inspire you. Like, I want to know what your inspiring message is. It can be a small little story of how you inspired someone, your business did, you were inspired by your grandmother, whatever it is. And that's sort of it so far. Once we start fine tuning it, we'll definitely keep everyone filled in. But yeah, we would love to have you guys.
All right. So
I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely click on the link and just give us your email. And then once we get everything down with schedules, we'll just have one email that goes out to everybody. So
will you put the link
up?
I
just did. It's right up above under C-Stone.
Oh, I see.
Positivity Con. Yep. Awesome. Excellent. Jeremy signed up and now he's like pulsating. So Elaine, I just wanted to come in and say hello and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. And you know, as you get the courage, dear Sandra, to address your lovely collection space in the lower level of your house.
Oh yeah.
We will keep encouraging you, and we will welcome your stories. And if you're gleaning any goodness from the Marie Kondo method, good.
Yeah.
Other successes you have, while we're using that as a focus point, because so many people find it's helpful for them, actually developing new habits.
Yep.
I'm not going to kick other people out who aren't using Marie Kondo or Marie Kondo exclusively. There are some communities which are like, Marie Kondo only. Nothing else.
Well,
We're not quite that strict.
Elaine, what I want to do is I want to take a before and after picture for you, and I'm going to come back with it. And the other thing I'm going to do is, you guys know I'm a Christian spiritual woman. I like to do things sometimes and offer them up, because my mother teaches me that when you do something that you really don't want to do, like cleaning the crap in my basement, offer it up for something. Someone that's sick, someone that needs prayers, right?
I like that.
And so she teaches me this all the time. And so when you have shit to do and you don't want to do it, offer it up. And you know what? You feel better. You get it done. And you kind of feel like you just sort of gave someone a hug or it's a little form of prayer, because it's a sacrifice, right? That's the last place I want to go. There's the door behind me, Elaine. There it is. If you want, I can bring you down and show you, and you can send the show out with my clutter.
Yeah, well, maybe on another show we'll go there.
There's
right
no,
now,
there's no light
I gotta
down
close
there.
this one out.
There's no light, but yeah, offer it up for someone. If you want to declutter, offer up a little prayer and say, you know what, I'm going to clean my desk. I'm going to feel good, and I'm offering up to, I don't know, world peace is a huge thing. If we all offered something up for world peace, maybe we'd be a lot happier. But yeah,
So in the final moment of this
smile
plan,
more
let
with
me let Carla share your lovely thought. Carla, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just suggesting that we just need to smile and laugh more, and world peace will come, and we'll declutter it more because we'll be happier.
yeah, we'll declutter the world, right, Elaine? Pretty much.
Yep.
With smiles kind
That's
of
a big
declutters
mission.
the
Yeah.
negativity. I just came up with that one. Wow, where did that come from? I love the word declutter. It's like it's never ending, right? But we can declutter the world one smile at a time. Wow.
Good
Did I
point.
just say that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to quote you on that,
That's
Sandra.
tweetable. Elaine, that's
That's
tweetable.
tweetable.
Let's join Elaine and declutter the world one smile at a time. That's the Thanksgiving message. I don't know. I'm feeling like a poet. I need to leave. I've had enough. I
You
can't.
need to write.
I
You need to write,
Okay.
Sandra.
Someone told me today during my blab, you need to write a book. So I'm like, you know what? Once I commit to it, I do. I'm like this close. I don't want to put it out there yet, but I'm getting closer and closer.
Do it.
I know, but we talked about this before, Sandra.
We did.
You and I both have the tendency to have far too many projects started all at the same time.
Yeah, here they
and
are.
find it
Look.
difficult to prioritize.
Can you see the crap on my table? Yeah, you can.
No, that's my life in its neatest state.
Yeah, I know.
I rarely get there.
Yeah, and of course I was supposed to be doing something, but I'm like, let me just click on Blab, and I'm like, oh my God, three of my peeps. I need to go say
Okay,
happy
so
Thanksgiving.
let's shift gears for this final moment and and just take a deep breath in, and just be thankful for our breath, that we wake up every day noticing, I'm still here. I'm breathing. I'm filling in, my body with not only air, but to me, with spirit. It's going to move through me today. It's going to connect me with awarenesses and people and places and things. And hopefully I can bring full awarenesses of joy and compassion and service forward in this day and every day. And as was the focus of a conversation in a Hangout on Air that I did at noon today, really talked about the rich gifts of our social media friendships that we have found and nurtured. So many wonderful, just collaborative people, helpful, supportive. And so I'm thankful for all of them. And I wish everyone a lovely Thanksgiving holiday and this expansion of attitude and aptitude of appreciation every day. And with that, I think we're going to stop the recording. I got to eat lunch before I go on my next blab in another half an hour.
Peace, guys. I'll probably see you, I'm sure. I'll be sneaking out in the middle of the night on Blab, but yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So nice to see you.
You're welcome.
Sandra, inspirational expert. Carla Reichman, the Lefterovo. Jeremy Murphy, Mr. Positivity Patrol, and me. This is Laugh Elaine signing off. If you're watching this on replay, perhaps you've been inspired even in this Blab platform to find that little bird and tell a little bird you can do that on replay, you know. Take care, everybody. Oh, before you go, I didn't tell a little bird with Sandra. So let's all kind of laugh and get it to make a nice, cute little GIF.
I don't have anything to hold up. I have no props. Damn, what am I going to hold up?
Oh, it's not going to capture. Well, what's it going to capture?
Use your hands, Sandra.
Hold on. I want to do something funny. I'm the owl. Do I look like the owl?
No, the one that's captured is you like this.
I'm on everyone's moving around. I think I'm going to have like major people like, oh my God, she needs to have like drugs or something.
I'm gonna do it one more time.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. All right, here we go. GIF creation. Let's see what it captures.
This might come back to haunt me.
Okay, well, yes, if you got you like that.
As Jeremy just sits there, like, I'm too cool for this.
And I'm smiling and laughing at Jeremy as his beaming self.
Jeremy's just like, I'm not getting into this lady stuff. No way.
I'm trying to figure out what my upper limit is for laughter. And
I know, really. Oh my gosh.
Well, anyway, okay.
I'm gonna go open the basement door now while you end. Yeah, that's it. I'm going. Here I am.
And next time I set this up, I'm blinded by my own light.
There it is.
This is not my usual hangout arena, but sunshine. Okay. Bye, folks.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Happy
Recording
Thanksgiving.
over.
Bye.
See you on another declutter day. Jeremy, I think you're going to have to be the one that turns it off.
Okay.
Thank you, Elaine, for letting me come in.
You're welcome. Nice to see you.
Jeremy.
Good to see you, Carla. Bye.
I want to get to know you better, actually.
Jeremy, it still says recording here. Does it say pause for you?